ND, welcome back to Top Liberty Coins. Today's video, we are diving deep into the world of the Lincoln penny, focusing especially on the 1994 D Lincoln cent. Many collectors don't realize that even a small 1-cent coin can hold history, mystery, and in some rare cases, big money value. So if you're holding onto some old pennies in your collection or in your change jar, this video is for you. Stay tuned until the very end because we will talk about the exact values, rare errors, and how certain pennies from 1994 can be worth hundreds, thousands, and even life-changing amounts depending on condition and rarity. The legacy of the Lincoln penny. The Lincoln penny, also called the Lincoln cent, has been around since 1909, when it was first introduced to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was a historic moment because Lincoln was the very first real person ever featured on a regular American coin. Before that, U.S. coins mostly showed symbols like Lady Liberty. Over time, this little penny became one of the most iconic coins in the world, minted in billions, and collected by millions of people. The design, with Lincoln's profile on the front and the words, "In God We Trust," has made the penny an unforgettable piece of American history. Understanding the 1994 D Lincoln cent now, let's talk about the star of today's video, the 1994 D Lincoln penny. The D mint mark stands for Denver Mint, where millions of these coins were struck. At first glance, you might think a 1994 D penny is just another ordinary cent, worth only 1 cent. But that's where many people are wrong. Some of these coins hide secrets in their mint errors, conditions, and rarity factors, making them worth far more than face value. How many were minted? In 1994, the Denver Mint struck more than 7 billion pennies. Yes, billions. This means that the 1994 D cent is not rare by sheer numbers. But here's the truth, out of billions, only a tiny fraction survive in pristine, uncirculated condition. Even fewer carry minting errors that make them highly collectible. So while most are only worth a penny, the right coin in the right condition can make collectors pay incredible amounts. Composition of the 1994 penny. The 1994 penny is not the same as the early 20th century cents. Before 1982, pennies were mostly made of copper, but after that year, the U.S. Mint switched to zinc with a thin copper plating. That means a 1994 penny is primarily zinc with just a copper coat. Why does that matter? Because coins made of copper have different values in scrap metal, and collectors often search for transitional errors or odd variations. Sometimes mistakes happen in the minting process, and those mistakes can lead to a penny being worth hundreds or thousands. Circulated versus uncirculated value. If your 1994 D penny is scratched, worn down, or heavily circulated, it usually won't be worth more than a cent. However, uncirculated pennies, those that look brand new, shiny, and untouched, are another story. A 1994 D penny in mint state 65 or higher condition can bring $5, $10, or more from collectors. And that's just for regular, clean examples. When you step into the world of error coins, the value can explode. Rare error varieties. This is where it gets exciting. Some 1994 D pennies have errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, broad strikes, or even missing letters. A double die error can make Lincoln's face, the date, or the lettering look doubled. Collectors pay high premiums for these. Depending on the error, a coin like this could sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Always check your coins carefully under a magnifying glass, because errors often go unnoticed by the casual eye. The famous high-value sales. Did you know that certain 1994 pennies have sold at auction for shockingly high amounts? For example, error coins in the best condition can fetch $700, $1,500, or even higher depending on rarity. In extremely rare cases, some varieties have been valued at figures that make collectors dream big, reaching numbers close to $7,000, $10,000, or beyond. Imagine finding a penny in your change worth thousands. It's happened before, and it could happen again. The mystery of the $1 million penny. Collectors often hear rumors about pennies worth hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. While not every story is true, the fact remains that a penny with the right era in perfect condition can be worth life-changing money. Some reports talk about unique Lincoln cents being valued near $787,999 in rare cases when extreme errors meet the highest grading scale. These stories keep collectors inspired and searching through their coins every single day. Why condition is everything? Coin collectors and grading companies place huge importance on condition. A coin graded by PCGS or NGC as MS-67 or MS-68 can command jaw-dropping prices because so few exist in such perfect states. The smallest scratch or wear mark can drop a coin's value drastically. So if you suspect you have a valuable 1994 D penny, never clean it, and consider getting it graded by a professional. The historical connection beyond the money. The 1994 Lincoln penny also carries a connection to American history. Every penny is a reminder of Abraham Lincoln's leadership during the Civil War and his role in keeping the Union together. Holding a penny is like holding a piece of history in your hands, and that's why collectors value not only the worth but also the story. The collector's market right now, the coin collecting community is thriving. Online marketplaces, auctions, and coin shows are packed with buyers and sellers. Lincoln cents are one of the most collected series in U.S. coinage. That means if you find a rare 1994 D cent, there is always a market for it. Whether you want to sell it on eBay, at a coin show, or through a grading company's auction, you can find interested collectors ready to pay top dollar. How to search for valuable 1994 pennies? If you want to start searching for these coins, here's what to do. Check your change, check your piggy banks, and look through old coin rolls from banks. Many collectors find hidden treasures this way. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to check for doubling, mint marks, and odd shapes. Compare your coins with trusted online coin value guides or professional grading resources. Don't underestimate the power of a single penny, it might surprise you. The future value of the 1994 D penny. As time goes on, high-quality 1994 D pennies will become harder to find. That means their value will likely rise. Collectors always want the best examples, and error coins will always hold a premium. If you find a rare one now, it could be worth much more in the future. That's why many smart collectors hold on to their best finds instead of selling right away. Closing and call to action. So, to sum it all up, the 1994 D Lincoln penny may look ordinary, but hidden within the billions are treasures worth hundreds, thousands, and possibly life-changing amounts. From its history and connection to Abraham Lincoln, to rare mint errors and stunning auction results, this little coin proves that sometimes the smallest things hold the greatest value. Thank you for joining us today on Top Liberty Coins. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on new discoveries in the world of coins. And remember, the next valuable penny might already be sitting in your pocket. Keep searching, keep collecting, and keep learning. See you in the next video. Today, we are going to talk about a coin that most people think is just a regular cent, but in reality, it could be hiding thousands of dollars worth of value. Yes, I am talking about the Lincoln penny from the year 2001. Many of you might have this coin lying around in your change jar, wallet, or piggy bank, but after watching this video, you will look at it with completely new eyes. So stay tuned till the end because I am going to break this down into history, errors, value, and shocking auction records. The story of the Lincoln penny. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. The design was simple yet powerful, showing Lincoln's bust on the obverse and wheat stalks on the reverse. Over time, the reverse changed, and by 1959 the Lincoln Memorial replaced the wheat design. By 2001, the Lincoln Memorial design was still being used, and millions of coins were struck. But here's the catch, not all of them are ordinary. Some are worth far more than their face value. Mintage numbers of 2001 pennies. In 2001, the United States Mint produced hundreds of millions of Lincoln cents at the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, and the Denver Mint, with a D mint mark. Because of this huge mintage, many people assume that all 2001 pennies are common and worthless. But as coin collectors know, the real value often lies in condition, rarity, and errors. If you have a perfectly preserved coin graded as mint state, it can be worth serious money. The composition of the coin, the 2001 Lincoln penny, is not made of pure copper. Instead, it is 97.5% zinc with a thin copper plating of 2.5%. This change was made in 1982 when copper prices rose. So, the coin you see in your hand might look copper, but its core is zinc. This is important because it affects the way the coin ages, tones, and sometimes even develops errors during minting. What makes 2001 pennies valuable? The value of any penny, including the 2001 Lincoln cent, depends on three major factors. First is condition. A coin that is shiny, uncirculated, and has full details will always bring more money. Second is rarity. If a certain mint produced fewer coins or an error occurred, those coins become scarce and desirable. Third is demand. Collectors drive up the price when they compete to own the rarest examples. The key errors of 2001 pennies. Now let's get into the juicy part, errors. Error coins are the gems of coin collecting. A few 2001 Lincoln pennies are known to have doubling on the date or the lettering. Others have off-center strikes, die cracks, or misaligned dies. These errors are worth far more than face value. Imagine finding a penny that looks slightly off-center and discovering it's worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. The most famous 2001 Lincoln penny error. One of the most talked about 2001 penny errors is the double die obverse, DDO. This means the details on the front, like the date or the word liberty, look doubled. A strong DDO can sell for hundreds of dollars depending on condition. Another rare error is the off-metal strike, where the penny was accidentally struck on a different blank, like a dime planchet. These are extremely rare and can bring thousands. Auction records of 2001 pennies. Auction houses and online platforms have seen some jaw-dropping sales. A 2001 penny in pristine mint state condition with no marks and sharp details has sold for several $100s. Add an error to that, and the price skyrockets. Some rare errors have sold for thousands, making these little 1-cent coins worth more than gold in certain cases. One listing even shocked collectors when a rare penny hit close to $7,987.98, proving that people are willing to pay big for rarity. Collecting Lincoln cents. The Lincoln cent series is one of the most collected coin series in America. From kids starting out with coin folders to advanced collectors seeking high-grade examples, everyone wants a piece of history. The 2001 penny may not be the oldest, but it plays a vital role in completing sets, especially in high grades. This strong demand keeps the value alive. How to spot valuable pennies in 2001? If you want to know whether your penny is valuable, here's what you should do. First, check the mint mark. Look for D for Denver or no mint mark for Philadelphia. Next, examine the coin under good light or with a magnifying glass to check for doubling, cracks, or off-center strikes. Finally, check the condition. If it looks brand new, consider sending it to a grading company like PCGS or NGC. A graded mint state coin can be worth far more than an ungraded one. Grading and market value. Grading is everything in coin collecting. A 2001 penny in circulated condition might only be worth face value. But a coin graded MS68 by PCGS or NGC could sell for hundreds. Errors and varieties bring in even more. The market value also changes with time, demand, and availability. Keeping track of auction prices and dealer listings will help you know the real worth. Why collectors love the 2001 penny. Even though millions were minted, the thrill of hunting for errors, finding high-grade examples, and completing sets makes the 2001 penny exciting. It's also a modern coin, meaning many people still find them in circulation today. That mix of accessibility and rarity is what drives collectors wild. Tips for selling 2001 pennies. If you think you have a valuable 2001 penny, don't rush to spend it. Instead, do your research. Check online auctions, coin forums, and dealer websites. Always take clear photos if you plan to sell online. And if the coin is truly rare, get it graded before selling. This increases buyer confidence and often raises the final price. The future of Lincoln pennies. As time passes, even common coins disappear from circulation. People save them, hoard them, or they get lost. This means the 2001 penny will become scarcer in top condition over the years. Combine that with new collectors entering the hobby, and values can only go up in the long run. Closing and call to action. So there you have it, the complete story of the 2001 Lincoln penny. From history to minting, from errors to market value, this little coin has a lot more to it than meets the eye. The next time you see a penny from 2001, don't ignore it. Check it carefully because you might be holding a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to subscribe to Top Liberty Coins, hit that like button, and share this video with other coin lovers. Together, let's uncover the treasures hiding in plain sight. Today we are going deep into the world of Lincoln penny coins, especially focusing on the United States 1-cent pieces, the 2020 pennies, their history, their market value, and how some rare examples are worth hundreds, thousands, and even life-changing amounts of money. If you are passionate about coins or you are just starting your journey into numismatics, stay tuned because this episode will open your eyes to opportunities hidden in your pocket change. What is a Lincoln penny? The term Lincoln penny often refers to coins from the Lincoln cent series, one of the longest-running coin series in United States history. Introduced in 1909, these pennies carry the face of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, and since then they have become more than just coins. They are a symbol of history, art, economy, and the collecting world. Every year millions of pennies are minted, but only a small percentage hold extraordinary value because of mint errors, limited mintages, or unique historical significance. Why the 2020 penny matters? The 2020 penny is minted in Denver and belongs to the most recent chapter of the Lincoln penny history. At first glance it may seem like just another cent, but the truth is many collectors are paying close attention to this issue. Why? Because modern pennies, especially those with errors or rare die varieties, can skyrocket in value in the collector market. The 2020 cent is especially interesting because of the timing in history. It was minted during a global pandemic, making it not only a coin but also a symbol of resilience and change in the economy. The history of the Lincoln cent. To truly understand the 2020 penny, we need to travel back to 1909. The Lincoln cent replaced the Indian head cent, and for the first time in American history, the image of a real person, President Abraham Lincoln, appeared on a coin intended for everyday circulation. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent has gone through several reverse designs, from the wheat ears, 1909 to 1958, to the Lincoln Memorial, 1959 to 2008, to the shield design we see today starting in 2010. This makes the Lincoln cent one of the most collected coins in the world. Why pennies are still valuable? Many people underestimate the power of pennies. They think a cent is worthless, but for coin collectors every small detail can transform a penny into a gold mine. From mint marks like D for Denver and S for San Francisco, to rare double dies, to coins struck on wrong planchets, the possibilities are endless. Some Lincoln pennies have sold for thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars in auctions, proving that value is not always about the face number printed on the coin but about rarity and demand. Key factors that drive value. Collectors look at four main factors when valuing a penny: rarity, demand, condition, and historical significance. A rare mint error with a small surviving population can be worth hundreds of times its face value. Demand from the collecting community drives auction prices higher. Coins in mint state or graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC often bring the highest premiums. And finally, if the coin represents an important moment in history, its value can increase dramatically. Market value of the 2020 penny. Right now in 2025, the 2020 penny in regular circulated condition is worth just 1 cent. But the story changes dramatically for uncirculated examples or error coins. Some 2020D pennies with striking errors, double dies, or off-center strikes have already reached hundreds of dollars on the market. A few rare high-grade examples, graded MS67 or higher, have even sold for well over $1,000. Collectors know that as time passes, coins in pristine condition become harder to find, which pushes the market value even higher. The hidden jackpot pennies among Lincoln cents. Certain pennies are legends. For example, the 1943 copper penny, accidentally struck on a copper planchet during World War II, has sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. The 1955 double die is another iconic coin worth thousands. While the 2020D is still new, history tells us that modern coins can become tomorrow's treasures. This is why collectors are holding onto high-grade rolls and searching for errors. One day, that common-looking 2020D penny could be the next jackpot. Rare varieties to look for. Collectors should check their 2020D pennies for double dies in the lettering, repunched mint marks, or misaligned dies. Sometimes the details are small, like extra thickness in the letters Liberty or the motto "In God We Trust." Other times, the errors are dramatic, like a completely off-center strike. These varieties can turn a penny from 1 cent into hundreds of dollars instantly. The story behind their worth. Why do people pay so much for pennies? Because every coin tells a story. When you hold a penny, you are holding a piece of history, a work of art, and a link to generations past. Collectors love the hunt, the excitement of finding something rare, and the satisfaction of owning a small piece of American heritage. That emotional connection, combined with rarity, is what gives coins their power and market value. The numbers and records. Some Lincoln cents have sold for incredible amounts. A 1909 SVDB penny once sold for more than $100,000 in pristine condition. The 1944 steel cent is another record breaker. Even modern era pennies from the 2000s have sold for $5,000 to $10,000 depending on the grade and type of error. So when we say a penny can be worth a lot of money, we mean it, sometimes as high as $787,997 or more for the rarest examples. Collecting strategies. If you want to get serious about pennies, here are some strategies. First, search your change carefully. Many valuable coins are still out there in circulation. Second, buy rolls of pennies from banks and search for uncirculated gems. Third, attend coin shows, auctions, and online marketplaces where rare varieties are traded. And finally, always protect your coins with proper storage to maintain their condition. The importance of grading. Professional grading is the difference between a penny worth $1 and a penny worth thousands. Services like PCGS and NGC certify coins and assign a grade from Poor 1 to Mint State 70. A 2020D penny in MS65 might sell for only a few dollars, but an MS67 or MS68 could sell for hundreds or even more. Collectors and investors trust certified coins, which means higher resale value and stronger market demand. Future of penny collecting. Looking ahead, penny collecting is only growing stronger. Even though some people say pennies should be eliminated from circulation, collectors know that history cannot be erased. As time passes, the 2020D penny will age, and finding high-quality examples will become harder and harder. This creates scarcity, and scarcity creates value. That is why today's pennies are tomorrow's treasures. Closing and call to action. So next time you see a penny, especially a 2020D Lincoln cent, do not ignore it. Look closely. It might just be worth more than you ever imagined. From a simple cent to a rare treasure, pennies carry stories, history, and real money value. Thank you for watching Top Liberty Coins, where we bring you the secrets of coin collecting, investing, and the thrill of the hunt. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Leave a comment with the most interesting penny you have ever found. And always remember, in the world of coins, even the smallest cent can bring you the biggest fortune.